Look at these PNL curves. This is the PNL generated by 4 different traders who were trading the same market and the same lot size. I want you to guess which trader used an aggressive trading strategy and which was a confirmation trader. I am going to give you 2 more seconds before revealing the answer. Surprised? You should be, as I was too, because trading PNLs do not depend upon aggressive traders or confirmation traders. It basically depends on trade management and execution. So in this video we will be discussing aggressive trading approaches and executions, confirmation trading approaches and executions, and best practices for execution. So let's get started. So our first topic is aggressive trading approaches and executions. It has 3 subparts: liquidity sweeps, ranges and ATR. So let's move on to the first subpart, liquidity sweeps. Liquidity sweeps or swing failure patterns happen when price takes some type of swing highs or equal highs and closes back inside. These types of sweeps can happen on any time frame ranging from 15 minutes to weekly. So let's look at some examples. Here you see on the GBP USD chart on the 4-hour we have some equal highs. So let's see how price reacts from it and how an aggressive and a confirmation trader would use these highs to take a trade. As you can see, price took out the equal highs. So now let's zoom on to a lower time frame such as the 30 minutes and see how an aggressive trader would have executed. Price took the equal highs and closed back inside. An aggressive trader would have shorted this without waiting for break of structure. Yeah, that requires some balls. Now you may ask, how do they place their stop losses? Well, for that we have Mr. Take Profit. Aggressive traders use ATR or average true range to place their stop losses. So ATR is an indicator which you can find for free in the trading view, and its function is to give you an average value of the fluctuations of the last 14 candles. It displays this number at the bottom of the screen. Aggressive traders place their stop losses of up to 1 to 1.5 ATR. This also depends on what you are trading, and you can increase or decrease the value based on your backtesting results. If you are watching up till now, please do subscribe the channel, as 90% of you are watching without subscribing. So over to Mr. Stop Loss. Thank you for the explanation, Mr. Take Profit. So here, as you can see, it has taken the equal highs on the 4-hour, and if I place a short position according to the ATR with a 35 pips stop loss and target these lows, let's see what happens. So as you can see, placing a stop loss according to ATR and taking an aggressive trade on this liquidity sweep netted as a trade of 6 hours. Now let's look at another example on the weekly time frame. Here on the weekly time frame on the Bitcoin chart, you can see it has taken this swing high, and if I take a short position, aggressive short position I would say, and place a stop loss according to ATR, that is at 2500, and target these lows, let's see what happens. As you can see, even on the weekly time frame, utilizing the ATR values and an aggressive trade strategy, we netted around 5 to 6 hours. Up till now we have covered 2 topics, that is liquidity sweeps and ranges. Now let's move on to the third topic, that is ranges as an aggressive trader. So sometimes you must have seen that price consolidates above a higher time frame level and then reverses. It is completely opposite to the liquidity sweep examples, as this price action is quite slow. So how would an aggressive trader trade these types of situations? So let's look at an example. Here you can see on the 4-hour time frame on the Euro USD, price has taken the swing highs or equal highs. Now let's zoom on to the 30 minutes chart to see how an aggressive trader would take a trade here. An aggressive trader would wait for a lower time frame range to be formed above the higher time frame level, and when the highs are taken on the lower time frame level, he will execute a short. However, it is important to note that there are no breaks of structure at the sweep of the high, but the aggressive trader is trying to short the market in hopes of a greater RR. Now let's play this trade forward and see how this trade would have gone. So as you can see, utilizing the ATR and the sweep of the lower time frame range highs, we had a trade of at least 4 hours. Now let's move to our second topic, confirmation trades and their execution strategies. There are only 2 subtopics to it, liquidity sweeps and ranges, as we do not use ATR that much in confirmation trading strategies. Now let's come on to the same example of the GBP USD 4-hour chart. Our aggressive trader took the trade from here and had a 5-hour trade. Now if you are a confirmation trader, you would zoom into the lower time frame such as the 30-minute chart and look for a break of structure on the lower time frame. So you can see this is a break of structure as price broke these lows and held back below this. So if you place a short trade here, let me grab the short tool, short trade here with a stop loss at the highs, you would have gotten a 2-hour trade. Now an aggressive trader got a 4-hour trade and your argument will be they make more money, but that's not the case because the win rate of an aggressive trader is far less than the win rate of a confirmation trader. Now let's do the same for the BTC example. Aggressive trader took a short trade on the BTC liquidity sweep on the weekly chart and grabbed a 5-hour trade. So now let's see how a confirmation trader would enter. So zooming in on the 4-hour chart, as a confirmation trader you would wait for a break of a structure and a break of these lows. Once these lows break and on a retest you can take a trade. So for example, if I take the short tool, short here, place the stop loss here and target these lows. So you can see as a confirmation trader too, you had a 3 to 3.5 hour trade, but the point remains the same. Although the hours of the aggressive trader are higher, but their win rate is far lesser. So basically the confirmation and aggressive trader make the same amount of money in the long run. Now coming on to our second subtopic, that is how would a confirmation trader trade ranges at a higher time frame level. So let's look at a previous example of the Euro USD chart. At the 4-hour you can see it liquidity swept and the aggressive trader took an aggressive trade of 5 hours. So now let's zoom in onto the lower time frame chart such as the 30-minute and find out how a confirmation trader would have entered a trade here. A confirmation trader would have entered when he saw the break of these 30 minutes low and price held back below this. So if you take the short tool and mark the RR on this trade, so with the confirmation trade you got an RR of about 4 and with the aggressive shorts you could have gotten an RR of 4.5. So I hope everything is clear. Also you can download all these PowerPoint slides that summarize today's video from the link in the description below. So now let's discuss some good trading execution practices. On number 1 we have layering. If you are a good trader, you must not place all your orders at a specific price. Instead you must try to place your orders in bunches. For example, 25% at $1, 25% at $2, 25% at $3. Number 2, try to trade after the news instead of trading before the news or during the news, because during and before the news the spreads usually widen a lot, and after 1 to 2 hours after the news the spread come to their original positioning. Number 3, avoid executing when there is low volume. For example, the Asian session is considered to be the lowest volume session, so I avoid taking trades in the Asian session and keep all of my major trades for the London and the New York session. Number 4, cut your losses early. Might seem a very cliche advice, but if you are in a winning trade, then only add to your trade. However, don't add to your losers and try to cut them early. Even after having the perfect execution, you might not be a profitable trader if you don't know which areas to trade from. So if you want to know which trade areas are high probability, watch this video on the right hand side.